The fuck? Did this new guy that just got... Did he just kiss My salt levels right now are rising. Like, I have some serious salt levels right now. Like, you fucking kidding me? Like, this episode was a fucking great episode. What the fuck? Like, this dude just comes in and he takes advantage of Hiyori being sad and upset and forgetting. He comes in, he's like... I am just like, yo, that is fucked up. Taking advantage of a girl while she's down and emotional. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm just gonna move past that. I'm not even going to discuss that. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with that scene. I'm just fucking done. Okay? I'm salty right now. I'm just, yeah. Moving aside. So this episode of Noragami, we have it to where Yato, we get to see his adventures with Ibisu, and he has to go meet a god in the underworld. And this god, I've heard about this god many times. I've seen it in many other anime series, for instance, Kami-sama, Naruto. I've heard this god's name multiple times in many anime I've seen. And if any anime focuses around, like, myth or, you know, gods or anything, usually you will hear this god's name mentioned. And actually, this type of episode was very similar to a certain episode that was in Kami-sama. If you've ever watched that romance series, there was a certain individual episode that was very similar to this, especially with, you know, not being able to eat the food in that world, or you'd be trapped there, or, you know, how this god wanted a friend to stay there. Very similar to some of the things that happened in Kami-sama or other series I've seen, but it had its own darker twist to it. Like, I really love the darker twist when you saw, like, the bugs falling from her, and then you have it to where you saw, like, the creepy scene at the end of the episode where you saw these bodies or these phantoms just popping out of the water, and just really, really eerie atmosphere. I feel like the animators, Bones, right now, that did this episode, they did a very good job with that scene. Like, it really made me scared at certain moments. I'm like, holy shit, that atmosphere is pretty creepy. Like, you just hear the voice, the way it sounds, the music building up, like the ambience, and then you have it to where just the people rise up out of the water. I'm like, oh god. So yeah, definitely one of the best scenes of the episode. Definitely one of the best scenes of this episode. Really stood out to me. But one thing though, the adventures of Yato and Ibisu, pretty funny. I mean, the first time we get to see Ibisu in this episode, you get to see the conversation between him and Yato. I couldn't help but laugh, because, I mean, you have this awesome, catchy theme song in the background, and then you have it to where they're, like, talking. He's like, oh, yeah, I use my Regulus for everything. They do everything for me. They tie my shoes and stuff. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, man? Like, are you kidding me? And you have it to where, like, he's talking about, oh, yeah, we need to do the, like, bondage knot next. And I'm like, no, don't take what fucking Yato just said seriously. Don't do that shit. And so, the entire bonding moment in this episode, I actually like it. I liked Ibisu quite a bit more than I did at the start of the episode, or, you know, the start of this arc. Ibisu was okay. He seemed like a little bit of a stuck-up prick because of the money thing, slapping Yato with money, but seeing him in this episode and how he acted, he brought a good laugh to me, and I feel like his motives at the moment, what he's trying to do, especially with these phantoms, I feel like there's more meaning to it. Like, overall, he has a better objective in mind, even though it doesn't look like it's that good of a thing going on right now, because he's being, you know, blighted, and it's harming other people. There is a possibility what he is trying to do, he is trying to help in some way. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, this episode of Noragami, though, we also get to see Nora, how she is actually being used by Ibisu as well, and I'm like, are you, oh my god, like, we know she's Nora and all that, but when we saw that scene with the gun, I'm like, are you kidding me, that really just happened to Yato? Poor Yato got fucking cheated. I mean, he really got cheated out, and I guess the God of Fortune does have luck on his side, because of Nora being there for, you know, Yato to be fucked over. He didn't have anybody to fight with. So yeah, I mean, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I mean, how do you all feel about this week's episode of Noragami Season 2? Let me know your thoughts. Please be safe. Chibi out.